Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Becoming Proactive with Soumya Agarwal. So this is the video number 4 for chapter number 8 Analytical Procedure for CA Intermediate. So we have to start with substantive analytical procedures. Now, as you have already studied in your chapter number 3, that the further audit procedures are divided into two categories: test of controls and analytical procedures. So, in the last three parts, I have discussed with you the meaning of analytical procedure, the purposes, and the timings of analytical procedure. Now we are going to discuss about the subcategories of analytical procedure. Like test of detailings includes all the assertion. Test of details में सारी assertions आती हैं जो already आप लोगों ने chapter number 3 में पढ़ ली है. And substantive analytical procedure क्या है, that we are going to discuss. So based on auditor's professional judgment, it is based on the auditor's professional judgment that whether he has to use test of details only, whether he has to use substantive analytical procedure only, or a combination of both. तो ये ऑडिटर की प्रोफेशनल जजमेंट के ऊपर होता है. As he considers necessary, he can make either a combination of both, or he can use test of details and substantive analytical procedures individually to reduce audit risk at the assertion level to an acceptably low level. Means the basic objective behind using these analytical procedures is that he has to reduce the risk of assertions at an acceptably low level. So that is why he has to use the substantive analytical procedure, and in whatever way he considers necessary he uses that. Means अगर उसको अकेले यूज़ करना होता है टेस्ट ऑफ डिटेल तो वो अकेले कर लेता है, and if he wants to use the combination he uses the combination. Now there are several factors that you have to consider, that the auditor has to consider for using substantive analytical procedure. So the memory technique for the same is ASAP, that means as soon as possible India. Okay, so this is not my you can say mnemonic. This I have copied from a teacher. Okay, so these credits goes to that particular teacher. So I'm telling you that this is not my mnemonic. So basic objective is to display this mnemonic for you. You can learn these points with the help of this mnemonic. So availability of data: A for availability of data, S for source of data, A for account type, P for predictability. Then in India, I for inherent risk, N for nature of assertions, and D for disaggregation. So the basically a memory technique is only till here: ASAP, IND. Okay, you can make another memory technique if you want. So it is basically ASAP, IND. Okay, so A for availability of data. So availability of reliable and relevant data will facilitate effective procedures. Now, these are few factors which you have to consider while applying substantive analytical procedures. Okay, so first factor is availability of relevant and reliable data. So if there is appropriate data available with you, then only your audit procedures will be effective. आप लोगों ने पढ़ रखा है that appropriateness means relevance and reliability. Okay, so if the data is available and that too appropriate data is available, the qualitative data is available, then only your audit procedures will be effective. So all the analytical procedures will be effective only if you have appropriate quantity of relevant and reliable data. Okay. Then the next point is source of data. Now another important factor to be considered while applying substantive analytical procedure is the source of data. Like if you have obtained data from internal sources, then it is less reliable. But if it is obtained from external sources, then it is more reliable. Similarly, if the data is independent, then it is you can say less reliable. But if it is dependent on something, then you can make comparisons, then it will be more reliable. Okay, so in this way your sources of data is a factor for analytical procedure. The third point is account type. So substantive analytical procedure are useful for certain account type than for others. Like it is possible that substantive analytical procedure can be useful for one account type but cannot be useful for another account type. For example, income statement items are more predictable than balance sheet, as balance sheet reflect transactions at a point of time. So income statements are for a period of time, like when you prepare statement of income, जब आप P&L बनाते हो तब लिखते हो ना for the period, and balance sheet is at a point of time, is an end date, okay, at the end of the financial year. So that is why the income statement items are more predictable, but the balance sheet items are less predictable because they are at a certain point of time only. So they are saying that substantive analytical procedure are more useful for certain account type and less useful for certain account types. Okay, they may not be equivalently useful for all the account types. Then P for predictability. Substantive analytical procedure is useful for predictable data only. Means after applying substantive analytical procedure, you can make comparisons. So the comparisons and relationships which we are making, like हम लोग कंपैरिजन करते हैं, फिर हम लोग रिलेशन बनाते हैं कि अगर हमारा इतना जो है, लाइक एग्जांपल हमारा था ईद एंड मूवीज़ वाला, कि अगर ईद है तो हमारी इतनी जो है मूवीज़ की रेवेन्यू हो सकती है. ओके, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल द मूवी विच इज़ रिलीज दीज डेज इज़ राधे. So it is not up to the mark. The movie has flopped. So the expectation of the movie makers is not fulfilled. It is different from whatever they have expected. Okay, so they only predicted that if they will release Radhe on a particular festival, like they released it on Eid, so they were expecting that it will means go high. Okay, the movie will get hit, but it flopped. So it is just useful for predictable data. The data which you cannot predict, you cannot apply analytical procedure, because while you are making, जब आप लोग relationships बना रहे हो, considerations कर रहे हो, so what you are doing, you are just predicting. So you need some predictable data for that. For example, they have given sales commission more predictable than advertisement expenditure. You do not know that how much advertisement you have to do for the particular thing, but the commission you are going to give is confirmed. Okay, so sales commission are more predictable than advertisement expenditure. Okay, then inherent risk. So if inherent risk is high, then substantive analytical procedure cannot be appropriate. So amount of inherent risk or what can go wrong should be considered. You should consider inherent risk, then N for nature of assertion. SAP or substantive analytical procedure may be more relevant for some assertion than other. For example, it is suitable for completeness or valuation. Means completeness and valuation के लिए तो you can apply analytical procedure, but it may not be useful for other assertions. Okay, like for existence, you cannot consider existence by just applying analytical procedure. Then disaggregation. Disaggregation can directly affect the degree of its usefulness in detecting misstatements. Disaggregations means the division of data. Okay, so if the data is divided into certain parts, then only you will be able to do the detection of misstatements efficiently. But if it is not disaggregated appropriately, अगर वो ठीक से divided नहीं है data, तो आप लोगों के लिए थोड़ी सी मुश्किल आ सकती है in मेकिंग कंपैरिजन्स और रिलेशनशिप्स. जब भी आप एनालिटिकल प्रोसीजर कंसिडर कर रहे हो, प्लीज़ कीप इन योर माइंड टू वर्ड्स कंपैरिजन एंड कंसिडरेशन ऑफ relationships. Okay, so let us just revise whatever we have learned till yet in the full chapter. First of all, we discussed about the meaning. So evaluation of financial information through analysis of plausible relationship among both financial and non-financial data. It includes comparison, consideration of comparison of entities, financial information, consideration of relationships. So in comparison, what do? We compare financial to financial data, like prior period items, actual records with budget, similar industry information. And in relationship, what do? We make relationships, like we compare financial and non-financial data. We expect a predictable pattern. Okay, then we discuss the purpose. So the purpose is to obtain relevant and reliable audit evidence, as it is a part of your technique of audit procedures, and it also helps to design and perform analytical procedure near end of the audit so that it can be confirmed to the auditor. It helps in assisting the auditor before forming a conclusion. He can be confident that the financial statements are consistent with his understanding. So for that, what he can do, he can obtain some records from the bankers, he can make some reconciliation statements, and then we discuss the planning, performing and conclusion. Okay, and then we moved to the substantive analytical procedure. So till here we have completed. Now we will continue with the fifth part, and we will discuss the techniques of substantive analytical procedure there. Okay, so meet you in the next part. Till then, if you feel confident or if you feel like So please subscribe to my channel, as I will bring more videos of that, and whatever you feel like, in which topic you are facing difficulty, please let me know through the comment section, and please do share my video so that it can help the others. For any doubt also, you can comment down, I'll reply you back. So I hope that these videos will help you, and thank you so much. Ending my video here.